Morning. Hi, Caroline. Nice to see you in the chat already. Yeah, we'll just wait another minute and see if anyone else is coming. Give people some time, a bit early. But as always, make sure you've got some paper ready. Somewhere comfy to sit, maybe water, tea. Or maybe today is a strong coffee day for you. More people. Okay, we'll give it about 30 more seconds and then I'll get going. Okay, maybe I will start. I'll just start explaining a bit about the class today. And if anyone else comes in, I can let them know what's going on. So, morning. It's the 12th of January. Crazy. Yeah, and I hope everyone is doing okay in their second week of the new year. Today, the kind of theme is going to be your story. And I will explain more as we go on, but each individual in your own story. Morning, Yaz. Morning, Chloe. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna focus on today. And if you haven't joined us before, we're gonna do some kind of breathing work at the start. We'll do some written tasks if you have some pen and paper, and then we'll meditate to end and then reflect. And I think Chloe and Yaz really like this, and a lot of people do. We're gonna start with a face massage because it's that time of the morning. Maybe you've just put moisturizer on, so maybe a bit slippy, like me. But I'm gonna give that a go to start with. So if you want to grab these two fingers, and we're just gonna go straight for the. That's a good response in the chat already. So yeah, get a nice big circle in those jawbones. It can get very tight here, and some people can really hold their tension and their stress in their jaw. Even like picking things up can come from the jaw. I think it's quite important to relax it and give it some love when we can. Giving the jaw a little rub. And moving those circles just gradually up towards the temples. Also a part that can feel really nice. And then this is kind of a weird one. A bit closer. If you put your fingers just under your cheekbones, and if you open your jaw and close it, you'll feel a kind of bone that comes out and comes in. Morning. We're just doing a face massage if you just joined us. So we're just finding our fingers just under the cheekbones and opening our jaw and closing it. And try and find where this bone comes in and out with the this kind of hinge joint in the jaw. Great, so next time you have your jaw open, find that point, and when you close it, keep your finger on that point and just push it in. You might want to take your time. It can feel a bit weird, and just give it some small circles. Maybe have a feel where it feels good. If it feels good, pointing down, maybe side to side, maybe more up. Pushing it in for me feels good. Nice and let that go. Just rub down the cheekbones and back up towards the ears. And go along the sinuses, so from the bottom of the nose and up the cheekbones. So we're just gonna run along the eyebrow and down to the temple, give a circle, eyebrow, circle, Nice. And if you have lots of experience in this or you've done it a lot before, do what feels good for you. I'm going to take one hand across the forehead and the other, and one and the other. And then just to finish off, we're going to use our thumbs and put them under the chin. So where the jaw goes up, we're going to find it there. And this one can feel horrible or it can feel really nice, but it's good for you. And then to run along the jawline on the inside all the way to the edge. So you're sticking your thumbs under and up and running all the way along. I'm very tight under here. And it can be a bit bumpy, and that's okay. Just kind of let go of some of that tension. Quite hard to talk when you do it. Nice. And yeah, just to round it off, just giving your face anything else it needs. Maybe if you want to rub the eyes or the cheeks a bit more, or even the mouth. Just last little rub. Maybe you could pretend you're putting on your moisturizer or your sunscreen and letting it go. When we're done, we're going to drop our arms wherever we are, wherever we're sitting, and we're going to close our eyes or lower our gaze, whatever works best for you. And just notice how your face is feeling this morning after giving it some love, after giving it a bit of a massage. I can already feel my jaw relaxing and my eyebrows. There might be some heat for you. And from taking the time to notice your face, we're going to move into a body scan from the top of our head all the way to our feet. So starting from the face and working your way down. How does the neck feel? And the collarbones and shoulders. And if at any point you do feel any tension, maybe stop on that part and try and breathe into it, or just let it go as best as you can. How are your arms feeling today? Maybe noticing any tension or any stiffness or tightness or soreness. How's your torso feeling? Your hips and pelvis. How about your legs, knees, and ankles and feet? I want you to imagine there are roots coming down from the top of your head to your pelvis and down your spine. Almost like a tree. So your head's reaching towards the sky, towards the ceiling, and your pelvis feels really grounded into the earth. If you need to move your spine backwards or forwards to feel more aligned, try and find that place where the skull is over the spine, which is over the pelvis. I think as dancers, people who dance, you can find that you naturally want to sit more forward, with the ribs more forward, almost presenting yourself to the front in this kind of overachiever pose. We can just relax those ribs and sit back a bit. Finding that height and space in the spine, reaching up and down, feeling grounded and lifted. And now focusing on your breath. Can your inhales lift you higher and your exhales ground you more? Can the inhales bring some light and some ease in this position, and can the exhale really keep you rooted to the earth? Maybe on the inhale, you get the sensation of feeling taller and taller. Lovely. Now we're going to do a lovely, juicy, big inhale through the nose. We're going to forcefully exhale through the mouth, blowing something away. Inhale through the nose and blowing something away. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale and exhale. Gradually blink your eyes open. Come back to your space. Hello. We're back. Great. Okay, if you could grab your pen and paper, maybe need a drink. Taking your time getting there. If you weren't here with us at the beginning, we're going to focus on your story. So each individual, what your story is today. So with the written task, going to be slightly different. We might have done this back in July, but we haven't done it in a long time. It's a kind of writing technique where I'm going to put a timer on, and we're going to write for as long as that timer lasts. So you're not going to lift your pen, you're just going to keep writing whatever comes to you that's been prompted by the question. And yeah, just write as much as you can in that time is the aim. So the first question, I'll get the timer up first, but I'll read out the question. So with this kind of idea of your story, I'd like you to think about if you were to describe the past year to someone in the future, what would your story be? If you were to describe last year to someone in the future, what would your story be? Okay, I'm going to put a timer on, and we're just going to write as much as we can in that time. You ready? Go. Okay, you've got a minute left. Keep not long left to round up your year into your story. Fine. Stop. Hey, pens down. So you may not have got your full year out in that short amount of time, but I find it quite a useful task to just put a timer on and just know like, oh, whatever comes out, even if it's just like rubbish words that make no sense, somehow it all makes sense in the end. It's just like automatic writing, like unconscious writing, just letting it flow on the paper and not judging it too harshly. Yeah, it's quite a good reflective and projective task, if that is even a word. Okay, so we're gonna do one more. So we looked on the past and how we would talk about that in the future. And now, how would you describe your story of the moment? So how would you describe your story of the moment? So right now, how would you describe your story right now? And there could be similarities to the previous task, or it could be completely different. So what is your story now and how would you describe it? Put the timer on. And time. If you can hear that little timer. Okay. Pop pen and paper to the side. We're done with the writing. I hope something came out from that task. Even if that is, you've never done that style of writing before, that's great. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of breathing, which I don't think I've taught this breathing technique before, unless you've done one of the on-demands that I've put up recently for December. It's called skull shining breath, and it's really cleansing, charging, invigorating, and yet really invigorates like the frontal region of the brain, and it prepares the mind and body for meditation. And so it's this kind of, it's all through the nose, and it's mainly on exhale. So you inhale once, plain, exhale once, plain, inhale, and then everything is really sharp exhales. We'll try and do 25. And it's with the belly. So on the sharp exhale, you're pulling the belly in. So for an example, it's don't know if you can hear that, but it's kind of like with the sharp breath, 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 breath. You don't feel like you're inhaling, but automatically you will be. But you're forcing the exhale and you're pulling the belly in on every exhale. So we'll just try that all together. Place your hands on your belly if that feels good, and close your eyes if that also feels good. So we're going to plain inhale through the nose, plain exhale, inhale to prepare, and inhale and exhale when you're done. You can usually do that for 50, even 100, 200. If you haven't done it before, 25 is a good way in. And we're just going to close our eyes and return to some normal breathing. Maybe notice how you feel after doing that. I find it really warms my core and my inside, makes me feel ready, like I could go run or I could go and meditate. It's kind of feels like a good preparation breath. Right now, I want to invite you to meditate on your story. The one from now. And maybe think about, is this the story that you want to be living right now? And if so, why or why not? And with your story, can you find a silver lining or a sense of meaning or purpose by maybe shifting your perspective? Is there a new story you can tell in place of the story you've been telling? Or do you need to make some significant changes to your life in order to change the story itself? While you're sitting here with your story in your mind, I'm going to read a short quote by Haruki Murakami. And once the storm is over, you won't remember how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even be sure, in fact, whether the storm is really over. But one thing is certain. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person you walked in. I'll read that one more time. And once the storm is over, you won't remember how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even be sure, in fact, whether the storm is really over. But one thing is certain. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person you walked in. Lovely. We're going to let our stories go gradually. And all together, we're going to inhale through the nose and blow the air away 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final inhale, your deepest one yet. Inhale. And exhale. And just blinking the eyes open. When you're ready, maybe take a moment to look around your space or move your shoulders or whatever you feel you need. I'm just going to grab your pen and paper and just reflect on anything that came up. You could write a word, a sentence. You could finish off your notebook if you feel like it. While you're doing that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, and please thank yourself for coming. Yeah, and these kind of writing things that I offer, you can do them in your own time, whenever you feel like it. And if any of them really stick with you, and you want to practice them more, just let me know and I can offer them in future classes. Or if you have any feedback or anything, let me know. The YouTube stuff, if you haven't already subscribed to Studio K. Like the video and maybe drop a comment if you have any comments. And yeah, I'm going to stick around for the next few minutes. But have a great day, everyone. And if I don't see you tomorrow in the stretch and relax class, or on Thursday where I'm covering Taylor's contemporary class, I'll see you next week. Wow. Yeah, thank you, Caroline. You only got to Easter. Well, to be fair, I gave each task 4 minutes. So to write a year in 4 minutes is pretty hard. So getting to Easter is great. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, have a great day and week. Thanks, Shona. Yeah, finish off your story later if you have time and you really want to dive into how one day we're going to have to tell this story. It might come useful. Yeah, bye. I have a friend who, at the start of every year, she writes a letter to herself at the start of the next year. and she puts it away to one side, and then yeah, she brings that out to kind of tell herself and remind herself of everything that she's done in the previous year to make her more reflective and realize that. So that could also be a good task. Okay, I think I'm going to round up there. Thanks, everyone. And I'll see you later. Bye.